like that.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Steve.
Demetrius. So you may recall it was the late 80s when the AIDS crisis became a worldwide epidemic.
It was during that same time that a small group of professionals here in Chicago decided to raise money to help those living with HIV. And Aaron's here with how the Junior Council of Chicago is doing that.
Yeah, in fact, the face of AIDS has changed dramatically, really, over the last 30 years. But this organization's commitment to helping those locally hasn't wavered.
It's all I knew, so I didn't think it was abnormal.
Jerron Williams came into this world with HIV.
I remember saying in 4th grade or something about I'm like, oh, I had to take my medicine this morning. My teacher stopped and pulled me aside. Like, what'd you say about taking medicine? So it's kind of when I started to figure out oh, this isn't normal.
For the last 19 years, he has started his day with a cocktail of pills. Drugs designed to fight the infection he was born with.
We take care of a number of patients who are HIV positive, most of whom acquired HIV from their mother.
It isn't just gay men or black women or whatever group of people we associate. It isn't just drug addicts. There's a lot of people living with this disease. I know a lot of kids.
According to the CDC, there are over 60,000 adolescents currently living with HIV in the U.S.
For many of them, it's challenging, not just for them to have such a chronic lifelong infection that requires medical treatment, but they also have a lot of social needs. They have difficulty getting the right insurance.
For the last 30 years, Junior Council of Chicago has made it their mission to help these young people out.
You hear these patient stories, you realize that these kids, they had no choice and they have no way of receiving this health care.
Through the Junior Council's annual Snowball Gala, they have raised almost $2 million for Lurie Children's Hospital's Pediatric AIDS Clinic.
What the Junior Council does for us is they provide us with some additional funding that allows us to fill in gaps where we may not have the financial resources to cover certain issues that they may need addressed.
Medication, doctor's visits, and even covering educational expenses so these kids can thrive and move forward. Jerron says if it weren't for the money he received from the Junior Council, he wouldn't have had the means to even buy his college course books this year.
They were expensive this semester, like $100 policy book, $300 economics book, something I probably wouldn't have been able to get without the help from the scholarship.
Jerron is studying to be a teacher, a fitting choice for a young man who has spent years trying to educate people about the changing face of AIDS.
It's an entirely different ball game than what it used to be, and I'm worried that some people have an 80s mindset to our new 2018 problem.
It's really true. You think about adults with HIV or AIDS, but you often forget about all these kids that were born with HIV. And so that's kind of where their focus is. And they have a big gala. It's called the Snowball Gala. It's this Saturday, and they're hoping to raise $245,000 this year. So they kind of keep upping the ante every year. But they've been doing some really good work.
Yeah, and really changing some lives, it sounds like.
Right. Yeah, he was a testament to that. So.
In a powerful, powerful way.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Aaron.
Well, you may remember a little bit back we sent Laura Majera to the Cubs convention. Well, this weekend,